Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Joe Labriola from Chiro Health Spa, Ramsey, New Jersey. So today I want to talk to you about what we do in this office for scoliosis. Scoliosis is any kind of curvature of the spine, if you're looking at somebody from the front, any kind of curvature that goes either to the left or to the right. So what we do first is we always do an examination and we do a complete history. We also like to know about family history, especially in scoliosis, because that's not the person that comes in. It's not usually the only one in the family that has scoliosis. That tends to run in families. So we always like to talk about your family history. We do a full examination. We talk about things like ranges of motion, muscle strength, but then we look at the x-rays. And the x-rays are really important for finding out the degree of scoliosis. So if we take this picture here, for example, so we're looking at somebody's back on this x-ray. The green line is a normal neutral x-ray. That's where the normal neutral hips would be. What we're seeing here is the person's red lines on this x-ray are this person. It clearly has a curvature that's going off to the side. We can see the curvature on the going to the right side, and then there's another one here. So this is a little bit more of a complicated case to give you an idea. We always try to take a picture from the other side, from the side as well, so that we can see what does the person also look like from the side. So we have curvatures that are supposed to be in the body, nice neck curve. We have one in the mid back, one in the lower back, and then we match up the bones, which are the red lines there, and we hope to see that all of those red lines are hiding underneath the green line. Well, as you can see in this case, this person doesn't have too bad of a spine when it comes from looking at the side, but when you look at the back, you look at what's going on. The hips are going sideways, there's curvature over here, there's curvature over here, and you can see that this is a spine that's clearly under a lot of stress. So what are we going to do about this? Well, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do our chiropractic adjustments. Now, the adjustments will take place on a table such as this, and what we do is we try to just primarily, the focus of the adjustment is to get as much motion into the joints as possible. So we're basically just pushing on the back, kind of guiding it real easily in the directions that we want it to go so that it's in the opposite of what we're doing here. So everything when we're thinking about curvatures and scoliosis is going to be opposite of what we are seeing with this person. So we have to think not only in the short term, but in the long term. Listen, somebody with scoliosis might have pain. They might generally come in with a lot of tightness throughout the back. They try to, basically, they never can really get comfortable. So one of the things we try to address first is, let's try to peel off this first layer, which is get you to feel better, but what are we going to do to set up for the long term? It's always for the long term. So when we're doing things like that, what we want to do is first work on the muscle tension that goes with that. So one of the therapies that we use with that is right over here, and it's called electrical muscle stimulation. So what we'll do, electrical muscle stimulation's job is really to just calm the muscle tension down. Now, some people are going to need this more than others because of the degree of scoliosis that they have. But what we're looking at is, what can we do to just settle things down? Now, so what we do is we'll put these little pads on your back in a couple of places and really just let these pads just do the work of calming the muscles. Somebody with a spine like that, as you could probably imagine, has just a lot of tension that's going throughout the back. We just want to try to settle that down. So we use that for the first few visits to try to just give it a little bit of a relaxation calming, okay? But then the real focus changes from what are we going to do on the short term to what are we going to do on the long term. Now, as I mentioned earlier, everything is opposite, opposite, opposite. What can we do to shift that curvature? What can we do to move it to the other side of where it already is? So one of the most important things that we're going to do in this case is we're going to start by giving you exercises that are going to work just work along with what we're doing to give you something that you can do at home. So let's say, for example, if you have a curvature that's going off to this side, I want to teach your body to go this way, all right? Think about it. If the body's going this way, we need this side to get stronger so it will pull you into the center. So I'm going to take, for example, I'm going to take a block here, and we're going to teach you how to do the opposite exercise so that you can get stronger. So if my posture goes like this, I want to go like this. So we're literally going to teach you how to do something along these lines, and we're going to teach it. Listen, this is what's going to get you to be stronger and to get you to more neutral position. So we're going to have you do these not only in office, but also at home to get your body to a strengthened position, all right? A lot of times, and what I try to explain to people is, it's okay to get stronger, but we want you to strengthen a good structure instead of a bad structure. So all of the things that we're focusing on are getting your structure to be as strong as possible for as long as possible. But there's a few ways to look at it. It's exercises, it's doing the adjustments as we said, but then there's a third level of this, and that's called traction. Now what traction does for somebody with scoliosis is it's going to gradually ease the bones back into their best position. But we have to kind of give it a little bit of a push that you can't do at home, that is going to do something more than what just normal exercises and normal adjustments would do. So, for example, this is something that we use, it's called the Scully Roll. And one of the things that we'll do in this case is we'll have you lay on this with a scoliosis curve and push it in the exact opposite direction. So let's say, for example, I have a curve that's going this way. I need it to go this way, and so if that's going to meet in the middle, I have to teach everything to go this way, correct? So this is one of the things we'll do. We'll have you lay on this little roll pillow here, and I'll just lay just like this and let this push into the curve so that it starts to get it into a more neutral position, okay? We're going to get it so that every time that you're here, we're going to teach your body what to do into the more neutral position. As you can see, this is pushing it much farther than if my curve was going this way. I'm really overcompensating it now, but I'm pushing and pushing and pushing, and I'm telling this curve, go the other way, go the other way, go the other way, so that eventually your muscles learn and your brain learns and your body learns what exactly it's supposed to be doing. Now, don't forget, in a case like what we saw with the x-rays, there might be more than just the one curve that we have to address. We may have to do 2 or 3 other things. So we might have you put in pillows over here, or we might be doing something with your legs like this to try to get you to be more neutral. But every time that you're in the office, we're going to try to teach that body what it's supposed to be doing, not what it is doing. We have to teach. We already know what it's doing. We have to get it to where we want it to go. And that's where traction comes in very handy, to be able to give you a few days a week of getting your muscles to learn what they really should be, what the kind of position they should be in. We combine this with things to do at home. Like I said, we give you exercises. We may bring in something like this Scully Roll that you can do at home to guide your body as well, because we're only going to see you for a short amount of time in the office. There's a lot of time that you're home and doing other things. We want to give you a plan that's really comprehensive, that's going to work both in here and for at home, okay? This might be for yourself, it might be for your kids. Just let us know what we can do to help you, okay? Because scoliosis is something that we've seen many people that have had really significant effects of this. Sometimes it's just a quality of life thing, but sometimes they're really in a lot of pain. And this is the kind of thing that a lot of places are not doing or really looking at, to say, what can I do that's different to try to give the body some other way of getting to where we want it to be, all right? I hope this helps. I'll see you on the next video.